Ready to go? We rolling? Hey everyone, this is Jay Todd, and here's what's happening this week in gambling.
This Week in Gambling has been made possible by The Gambling Gurus, casino reviews, resort deals, and promotions from world-class gaming destinations. Visit thegamblinggurus.com.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the inaugural episode of This Week in Gambling. I'm your host, Jay Todd, coming to you from our secret underground bunker studio somewhere near the Vegas Strip. And that is not a green screen behind me. This show is about having fun and being entertained while getting your gambling information. To that end, this week we're going to be talking about some brand new games that you might be interested in as players. And we're going to be talking about some big Nevada corporations that are just about to get into the online gambling industry. But let's start by talking about Full Tilt Poker. Now, the anniversary of Black Friday is coming up this month, and that's when Full Tilt Poker was basically caught with their fly down, owing players hundreds of millions of dollars. Now the Alderney Gambling Control Commission was supposed to be regulating them. Let's see, regulation. But Alderney says that Full Tilt is not their fault. To control by rule or principle, to keep a standard system. Listen to me now. The regulators say it's not their fault. You'd never see something like this happen in Nevada. So now Alderney goes out and hires a guy, the former chairman of the British Gambling Control Commission, to basically exonerate them. Peter Dean said that Alderney was an example of regulation working as it should. Notice none of this has anything to do with players getting their money back. I think what we need here is real, actual regulation, not some guy sitting on an island in the English Channel going, make the check payable to. With more on this, here is my favorite old biddy grandma with this week's rant.
So let me get this straight. The Alderney Gambling Control Commission hires a guy to look into how they handled the Full Tilt poker debacle. This guy finds that Alderney is an example of regulation working as it should. Really? Really? So the guy hired by Alderney seems to think they're doing a pretty good job. Well, there's a big freaking surprise. Thousands of players out their money. Millions of dollars gone missing. And the guys that were supposed to be protecting the players did their job correctly? You call this regulation working as it should? Sort of like your car alarm going off 20 minutes after somebody jacks your radio. If this is regulation as it should works, then let's just trash the whole damn system. At least if there were no protections at all, players would know what they were getting.
Wow, I love that woman. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, cool new games and Vegas big boys getting into online gambling. Yeah.
Like us, then join the conversation on our Facebook page. Interact with show hosts and other viewers, leave suggestions and topics for future programs. Visit facebook.com/thisweekingambling.
A new era of online poker. AmericasCardroom.net. Play poker for free. All players welcome at AmericasCardroom.net. Play in ring games, tournaments, knockout tournaments, double or nothing sit-and-goes, and more. AmericasCardroom.net. Join the next big thing.
I'm here with Superman. What everyone wants to know is, how long does it take to do your super hair?
Like 5 minutes.
That takes 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
The whole thing? I mean, is it a little curly Q? And
Everything, yeah.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Ah! Scared the hell out of me, man.
Hey, remember when you were a kid and your parents would take you to like Chuck E. Cheese or some other cheap knockoff pizza joint, and you'd spend like $30 of their hard-earned money playing whack-a-mole and skee-ball to get this big, huge wad full of tickets? You'd have like 8,000 of them, and you'd take them up to the counter and you'd be like, "I'd like to redeem my tickets, please," and the guy would go, "Of course." You win a pack of chiclets and some plastic dog poo. Well, Bally Tech has unveiled digital skee-ball. You see, you have the skill and thrill of slots, combining it with the randomness combined with the randomness of slots, so that you get the skill and thrill parts of video games combined with an element of chance. It's a touchscreen game, and now you can win a lot more than just tickets. Yeah, if things go as planned, these games could be on casino floors as early as this summer. They got one that's kind of like Space Invaders. I was the king of Space Invaders. Not to be outdone, WMS applied for a Nevada gaming license a few weeks ago. Yeah, what does that tell you about the future of online gambling in America? All of this talk about regulation of online gambling and new games got me to thinking about the future of gambling in America, you know, with social games and the internet. So I caught up with the executive vice president of Caesars Entertainment a couple of weeks ago, went to his offices and talked to him about what Caesars was doing for the future.
Hello everyone, Jay Todd here. I've caught up with Jonathan Halkyard, the Executive Vice President at Caesars Entertainment. Mr. Halkyard, first of all, thank you for coming on, and I'm sure a lot of people out there watching the show in America are curious about online gambling and when it's going to be available. Earlier this week we learned that online poker will in fact go live in Nevada for Nevada residents in the Q3 or Q4 of this year sometime. Caesars, of course, has been doing stuff with social gaming and on Facebook. Can you tell us a little bit about your strategy, maybe with social gaming and you guys and your WSOP brand and your plans for the future as industry leaders?
Sure. It's my pleasure to be with you today. We have a lot going on in online gaming right now at Caesars. We do expect there to be legalized internet poker in some states during 2012 and potentially at the federal level. So with the World Series of Poker brand and our early efforts in Europe with WSOP.com, we certainly will participate in that and think that we'll have a very nice business when that ultimately becomes legal in the United States. On the social mobile side, we have a couple of things going on. We have an interesting little business that we acquired about a year ago called Playtika. And their game on Facebook and on the iPad and on the iPhone is called Slotomania. And it's a slot type game. It's just for fun. You can, though, buy virtual coins within the game. And so it's a pretty neat game. It's become very popular on all of those platforms. We'll continue to introduce it onto more platforms and over time introduce our own brands to that game, which people are familiar with, like Caesars and World Series of Poker and Flamingo and of course our loyalty program, Total Rewards.
Excellent. You know, you guys have always been industry leaders, and it's good to see you getting into the online side and the social side. I think people are very excited about it, and I thank you for your time and sharing that information with us. If you want to play social games from the Caesars Corp, where can they get over to?
They can go on to Facebook and just search for Slotomania, and you'll find it that way. You can do the same thing on your iPhone or iPad in the App Store, or you can come to Caesars.com and you can see our games there.
Excellent. Thank you again.
You know, I think this was a pretty good show. You had entertainment, an excellent interview, information, a rant, and no nudity. Some might think that's a good thing, considering the host. If you like us, I hope to see you back next time to find out what's going on this week in gambling.
So does Superman have a super jig, like a super jiggy dance?
I think it's like the Soldier Boy.
Right.
Have you ever seen that? It's like something like this. They do like the Soldier Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Like that,
yeah.
and then
Say, with, Holy sheep. Oh my God, this guy's real. This guy's the real. This is not a suit. Holy crap. I got a little man crush here going on.
So that's how Swiss cheese is made.